The Omicron stock market crash. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article from news.com, which is scaring us all about, after CDC confirms Omicron in the US, the stock market has crashed, everyone. Quick, set fire to the hay bales, flee to the hills. Let's have a look, everyone. Let's check it out here. We can see here, okay, the US 500 is down to 4,500. Yeah, it's down from the top. Let's go out to 25 years. There you go. And that we haven't quite had a crash yet, guys. We haven't quite. I mean, look how. It's all insane. Look at this, where it was back at the beginning. Before all this started, we were, hovering around 3,000 mark. We've had a 1,500 to there. We have a look here at the US 30. We can see we're at 34,580. And again, we go to 25 years. We put it in a different perspective, everyone. There's the beginning of this. Remember that big crash there where people jumped and got in all these bargains? Guys, just shooting right back up again. And here we go. We can have a look here. This is, which one's this? This is the NASDAQ. No, it's not. This is the, which one is it? Yeah, okay, it is the NASDAQ. I'm assuming it is. We're down to 15,700. We go to 25 years there again. Have a look at all, all the movers in the day, in the year. In the year, Apple is still up 30%. Microsoft is still up 50%. Amazon is up 7%. Tesla is still up 69%. Google is still up 55%. Nvidia is still up 126%. It all comes down to what time frame you're looking at this. Now, there's going to be a lot of fear. There's a lot of concern. The market is very reactionary to any news at the moment. So if you're an investor, what's your time frame? How long term are you in it? Apple's not going to go anywhere, guys. Microsoft is not going to go anywhere. Okay? They're not. These companies are going to be around for a very long time. They're not going to disappear. They can print money pretty much. They don't even need they actually do something useful, unlike the Federal Reserve, to create money. They create products. I've got my Apple phone, luxury item, first world item that, you have to, it's essentially disposable now. Every couple of years you get rid of it. I'm still subscribed to Microsoft services. I use them no matter what. Even when we were doing it financially really tough, I still kept Office 365 because I needed it. So, the US stock exchange dropped late Wednesday, local time, Thursday morning, after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced the Omicron variant had been found in America. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, which earlier had been up by more than 500 points by mid-afternoon, was up by around 100 points, or 0.3%, reports the New York Post. The tech-heavy NASDAQ followed a similar path after the CDC said Omicron had been identified in a fully vaccinated person in California who had recently traveled to South Africa. Before the CDC announcement further darkened the day's trading tone, the Dow had already begun to pare some of its earlier gains when South Africa reported nearly twice as many new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday compared with Tuesday. The move comes after Tuesday's sell-off left the Dow 650 points lower as investors fretted over fears that COVID-19's new Omicron variant could wreak fresh havoc on the world economy. The Federal Reserve's Chairman Jerome Powell helped accelerate the losses on Tuesday after he warned that the central banks will still likely discuss hastening the tapering of its bond buying program at its December meeting, despite new threats posed by the Omicron variant. At this point, the economy is very strong and inflationary pressures are higher, and it is therefore appropriate, in my view, to consider wrapping up the taper of our asset purchases perhaps a few months sooner, Mr. Powell told politicians on Tuesday. I expect that we will discuss that at an upcoming meeting. The Omicron variant has been found in 20 countries, including Australia. The emergence of the new variant has spurred countries around the world to implement travel restrictions once again. However, public health experts are split on the effectiveness of such measures and whether it's the right course of action. It doesn't matter anymore. It's politics. It's happened in the past. Even if it was effective or not, the precedent has been set. So there is going to be the expectation that people will do them, guys. That's what it is. So, little remains known about the new variant, with some warning that it's likely to reduce the effectiveness of the current available vaccines and medications, while others point to signs that it may lead to less severe sickness while being more transmissible. So, we really have no idea what's going on. So, politically, the politicians are going to respond to the method that the majority of voters support. The uncertainty has thrown investors into a frenzy as they try to figure out how to position themselves on the current state of the pandemic. Richard Spanstein, Chief Investment Officer at Treasury Partners, said stock prices will likely continue to deflate until there is more certainty about vaccine efficacy against the new variant and the vaccine's overall ability to be quickly updated to address future mutations. I mean, the fact that they're even talking about the ability to modify the vaccine so quick to deal with these mutations, you wouldn't have seen this 10 years ago, guys. Market volatility will be elevated due to the uncertainty of the efficacy of vaccines and their ability to be manipulated to address disease mutations. A successful outcome of vaccine manipulation will be a significant milestone for further stock market gains. Ryan Dietrich, Chief Market Strategist for LPL Financial, added that Powell's remarks from yesterday about hastening the winding down of the bond buying program added gasoline to the fire of the sell-off. Though Chris Zaccarella, Chief Investment Officer for Independent Advisor Alliance, said he believes the underlying fundamentals of the economy and an upcoming robust vaccine response to the new threats will allow the market to rally back from the near-term sell-off we are currently experiencing. So, what do you reckon, everyone? Honestly, I suspect we're going to... Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this one. It comes down to your time frame as an investor. When we had that big crash, and it was an opportunity now, it seems, for some people to snap up bargains that they ever could. You know, what's the saying? Be brave when others are fearful. Don't let your emotions override you. I was watching a lot of Dave Ramsey at that time of people who'd sold all their investments, who'd got out of the market because they were afraid. And if they had just sat, it would have been fine now in the long run. It depends what you're in. If you're in businesses that are still going to be fine, what are you worried about? And you think the Fed will actually manage to end its bond buying program, or will the stock market say no? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out this last video I did about, investing for the Great Reset. You know, remember the whole spiel about you will own nothing and you'll be happy? Check out some of the companies that I'm looking at and keeping an eye on. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Good coffee.